So remember that you are in charge of your light. You are in charge of your soul. So this is another episode of Active Empathy. Thank you again for being here. It's been a long road getting here, communicating in this way where I feel that I have a place to actually state my mind and how I communicate. So, active empathy, how I came up with the name was I feel as though we tend to find ourselves in a place of sometimes spiritual hierarchy. And I find myself there many, many times, as well as political hierarchy or social hierarchy. And I do believe that as long as we can come back to being actively empathetic, that we are much further along on our journey of all becoming much closer as humanity. And I know that seems like a very big prospect, but now we've got the internet. So there's so much we can do. And even though if it's just the two of us, right? If it's just you and me that are talking about it, it's more than we had yesterday. So if it's just the two of us, heck yeah, let's freaking go. And let's create a world where we're actively being empathetic towards people in their journey and how they're coming to this new world that continues to change in incredible rates and draw out so much fear from both those who have no power and even more so from those who have all of the power in our minds. So I'm very excited about this. As you guys have seen before, I do channel. My name is Lorette, and I don't know if I'm going to put my name out there as much. We're still deciding on that. But one of the things that I feel coming through with me right now is I have a tendency to want to block them. If you've saw some of my other videos, and I'm coming to this feeling of becoming more open to the signs, becoming more open to the activity around what it will take in order for me to actually become the person that I'm meant to be. And I feel like the process so far is literally me having to be empathetic with myself in order for me to be able to see it within other people of what we can and are capable of, and also be able to understand that I do and you do have so much power, and we are on a journey quickly moving towards having more. And it's now time for me to come out of my shell and start helping anyone that might be or have had similar hindrances that I've had in connecting. So one of the things that I can feel right now is they are coming through me, and it's a little bit faster. And I'm not actually sure why, because normally it doesn't come on this quickly. Oh, Lorette, you incredible soul. What a day you've had today. Somebody put a light in you that we didn't think you would actually take. This is incredible. All of your excuses were turned down today, and you made today your day. Congratulations. We're very excited for you, and we are very excited about the new path you've chosen. Now, we know you're worried about the collective that sits in front of you, and as you continue to progress throughout your path, you will know what to say and what not to say in certain situations in order for you to be able to accomplish the things that you know you're looking to accomplish. We are incredibly proud of you. We love you so much. There is nothing that you have done or won't do that will allow us to leave you. Now, we want to address you as the collective. This is something that Lorette worries very much about, is if she says something or does something that is not in alignment to what we want, that we will destroy her, and not just in the physical realm, but in the spiritual realm. And we wanted to talk to you as the collective as she witnesses this, in order for her to understand that she is a completely beautiful entity that we have chosen for a reason. She is a divine soul, and one that can be followed with no hindrance, because she wants so incredibly to make people and love people in a way that others may not look at her as being that person. Now, with that being said, there will be never a time where we personally will destroy anybody, because what we do is not in a matter of destroying, it's in a matter of being able to show you the direction that you need to go in order for you to get to the place that you would prefer to be. And that means sometimes that if you are resistant towards the easier path, that the only thing that we can do is put in darkness in front of you. And so that darkness then does seem like it's destroying you, not because it actually is, because your souls are infinite. Your souls are infinite. Your souls are infinite. Somebody needs to hear this. So because of this, because your soul being infinite, there's never a chance for us to destroy you in the first place. It'll always be something that is only in alignment for where you want to go and who you want to become. And now remember that the person or the entity that we're talking to isn't always the one in your physical body, in the physical realm. It's your transcended person, the one that knows more for you on what to do next. And so this is what we need to tell you, so that way you sometimes understand that the more you resist, the more it hurts. The more you succumb to the light, the better it feels for you. And the more you can discern when you are in the light and when you are in the dark. Now, the darkness has a perception that is of strength, because those who have been in their darkness have had a level of power for a very long time. This is changing. This is changing very fast, because now those who were in their darkness are now switching and understanding that they are the ones causing the pain, that they're the ones causing themselves their own pain. And the realization for them is going to cause a lot of turmoil for them internally, which therefore will be a lot of turmoil for the collective. Only briefly, though. And the great thing about this is that as you see the turmoil start to succumb and understand that it's just a moment in time, that you will realize that you, as the collective, have done such a wonderful job at churning each other into more brighter lights for one another. And the more that you focus on these lights, the things that you know in your heart that are real and that you are aligned to, the more that the world changes at a quicker rate. And the more that the world is changing, the better you know that you are in the right place at the right time. So I, as the collective inside of Lorette, are going to congratulate you for being here with Lorette and being one of the people that are actually joining the energy that is necessary for us to change as a whole. So thank you. Thank you for your love and light, and thank you for the peace that you're also sending Lorette's way. She can feel it, and we send it back to you. We are the collective. Sometimes after something like that, I have so many questions on what they're talking about. I've never heard them consider themselves the collective. So that was something that was really new for me. I think now that I'm more open to actually talking to you, as if it's just the two of us, remember, if it's just you and me, you're the only one that sees this. I'm very excited. But if it's more than just the two of us, uh, I'm I believe that because I'm now more open to sharing that this is a thing that's actually happening through me, they're telling me different things that I haven't heard before. And I have so many questions because that's never been something that I've ever gone through, where they're talking about how the collective is actually increasing in our awareness, and that the destruction and the change of the world is actually a good sign. This is something that I've thought cognitively myself, and I sometimes wonder what they take from my own thoughts versus what they're taking from what they know, and if they just answer the questions that I've been stewing on for a while that I don't know how to come up with the answer with. So first, I want to say thank you to those that come through me and make it super easy for me to live my life. And I say that sometimes in sarcasm because it's not. And so, those of you who are on this journey, who have started to feel like they're channeling, who have felt like they have power, unknown, or for me, it comes through a lot of art, songs. It'll come through visions. Numbers are a big thing as well. And not to be confused with those who may maybe creating prophecy that they don't actually know is true yet. Um, I do want to say this, and this might be me, and the collective might change this for me, but I do want to say to those who are practicing that your spirituality to be careful of who might be listening to you. That if you are not in a path right now that you're absolutely certain of the message that you're sending out, then it's time for you to recognize that we need to go inward and state that to the people that are listening. And so for me, I hope that everyone knows, and I've said this many times, I'm on my journey of understanding, and there's going to be wisdom that I'll know and understand readily and easily, and then there's absolutely things that are so foreign to me still that sometimes, even as I'm going through this journey and still know a little bit, that I want to make sure that you know the things I do know and those things that I don't know, so you have your own way of going to your truth. The other thing is that you'll notice that sometimes when I'm channeling, you'll feel if it's me sometimes coming through or if it's them. And I want to caution you first and foremost that if you feel like it's me coming through, it's absolutely okay to feel like that's not your truth. And if you feel that it's them fully, examine yourself and see if it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, I understand those things will happen. And if it does resonate, take it on, whatever it might be. If there's action steps, take it on. If it's spiritual in nature, take it on, but only if it resonates with you. So as we come through this process together, again, we're doing it together. There's a lot that I don't know, and there's a lot that I'm going to continue to not know, because there's that word infinite is a real word in my mind, and it really is something that I sometimes get stuck on, that can be very scary for me. And so it hinders my process because it becomes too big to handle sometimes. And with that, I think that's why I needed to take that deep breath. Is together, let's take a deep breath together, and I'm going to see if they want to come through one more time, and if not, then I've got something that I potentially want to talk about, but if it'll just be dependent on the moment. So I'm going to take 3 deep breaths. Let's do it together. hold at the bottom. Yeah, it's a changed woman. I felt for a moment there that my heart was starting to palpitate. Palpitate. I'm saying it wrong. But it started to beat really, really quickly. And so sometimes, like I said, there is no perfection in me, though I really, really love to be sometimes. I'm starting to gather how to calm down my nervous system, and hopefully these things happen with you as well. And this is helpful for you to be able to see somebody in their journey as they're going through it, as they're starting to get gifts, as they're starting this process. Now, I'll be frank with you. You guys haven't seen the turmoil that's started. There may be chaos for you if you're first beginning this process. And if you're somebody who feels like they have all of a sudden gotten these random gifts coming into them, and they're having to fight off the people that tell them that they're not, that whatever's happening to them is not real, I feel for you. And if it's just the two of us, know that I'm here for you, because I know how lonely it can be to have to feel like you're doing it by yourself. And it's hard. It really is. So I'm here for you. I am. And anybody who's on my channel and aligns with who I am, they're here for you too. We got you. And I remember, for those who are haters and, or have issues with what we're saying here, I'm sending you my love, and my peeps, send them their love. Okay? Because we're not spreading that anymore here, at least one place. We're not spreading it anymore. Okay? So that being said, the one thing that I wanted to go over today, I'm not going to go over. We're going to be doing something else. In this world, there is many, many choices that you can make. You have never in your life chose the wrong one. There are no wrong decisions. Life is a gift to you, for you, and because of you. You as a collective, you as a person, you alone can choose how happy or sad you decide to be in each moment. And those of you who are in struggling moments, those of you who are in deep, deep sadness, it doesn't make it any less real for you, for us to tell you that you are doing it to yourself. And it also doesn't make us want to cry less, knowing that you are in that depth of sadness. Some of you come to the planet on purpose in order to show the sadness that is willing to be done onto you. This then shows a mirror to what you are actually feeling inside, for those of you who are witnessing it in real time, allowing you to re-examine who you are as a person. And so for those of you who are in depths of suffering, we want to tell you that you are such beautiful souls. And we thank you for everything that you've done so far. And we bless you out of that environment as quick as possible. And know, if you hear these words, that you are worth more than the situation that you're currently in. This is where, when Lorette speaks to you, this is where she comes from, is depths of suffering beyond even her own comprehension. Some of the times she will know exactly what to say only because she's been in the situation. Some of the times it was by her own conscious willingness. Some of it was because of the choices she made before coming to the planet. And as you are growing as a collective, as personally as you are growing as a collective, loving each other, willing to come together, this will be a journey that will transcend anything that has been done on the planet before. This is the one thing that scares Lorette more than anything else, is to come to you in full alignment with her full power, enjoying the fact that she is powerful and strong, and she is a woman of grace that also carries a strength inside of her that is willing to do what it takes. And as you all see this woman that built on her own, she will then create the ability for you to see that you have that in your own homes. And this rhyming that is happening, Lorette, that you're so concerned about, is actually a way for people to understand what the light is all about. There is nothing that you can do that you will make them feel unaligned. If they resonate, then they resonate. And if they decline, then they decline. It's okay for you to come and show yourself exactly who you are as the beautiful, beautiful, strong woman, the queen in which we have seen so far. This is your collective. This is who you've been asking for. They are here to listen to you and also for you to explore. It is wonderful that you've decided on their grace and your own. And as you continue to grow, they will make you a loving home. Thank you for everyone who's listening and those who mean much more. We are so excited to be here and for her to explore. I am excited for this journey, and a journey that she never knew was possible. It is going to change her life more than she even has the wherewithal. As one more thing comes through, and as you see, sometimes she mixes in with us. That doesn't make the love that comes from her any less. It doesn't make the level of love that comes from her any less than what she thinks you deserve as a collective. It is a difficult path to truly let go of your mind and body to something of a higher power. And for those of you who are attempting to do this in your current state, know that you're not the only one. Now, the last message we would like to give you today, it may seem out of nowhere, but as we've listened to Lorette contemplate every possible possibility, we want to make sure that you guys understand that at the end of the road, at the end of your life, it doesn't end there. And this scares Lorette more than anything because it means that she's eternally bound. And if you are like Lorette, this might make you fearful because it means that you don't have an end. Unfortunately, that is only in your mind. And the reason why you would want an end is because you don't understand the glory that life is actually given to you. And it's scary to think that you are not living the glory that life is. But if you are not feeling that glory, it means that you haven't actually lived life yet. And you are waiting for the end to come, but the beginning is so much more fun. So remember that you are in charge of your light. You are in charge of your soul. And the more you go after the love, the more you're going to get this love. It is a part of who you are, and you can't let it go. So the only reason why you're having issues in your current life is because that's what you think you deserve. And Lorette, you think you deserved all of the things that have happened to you. So that's why you've gotten those things. And that's also why you've given those things in some instances in your life. And now that we know this, you can start to pursue forward in a way that's completely different than you've ever experienced before. And that's wonderful. And the more you try to go back, the more resistance you'll have going back, because now you knew that there's nothing that you can't do. And we wanted to say new in that way to draw your attention. One thing, collective, Lorette is a very analytical individual. As we're saying this, she's saying how she's not analytical, that she's only judgmental of herself sometimes, analyzing what we're saying. But the reason why we said it in that way was because we wanted to draw attention to the fact that not everything is going to sound completely accurate. Not everything can be judged the way you think it's going to be judged. And not everything is exactly how it seems. So know this about each one of yourselves. Know this, because if you start to recognize that those things that you think are darkness and sadness are just a light that's meant to be found, everything else around you will start to make sense. Thank you for listening to us today. And thank you, Lorette, for finally letting go once again. Oh. It's still really weird for me to do that. Yeah, I mean, I think they ended it beautifully. If you guys have questions around them or me, feel free to leave comments below. I'm still very new to this, and the more that I can help one person, remember, if it's just the two of us, welcome. And if I can just help you and you alone with being on this path, you have made my whole life, and I appreciate you being here with me. So thank you. And I love you. And I'm so excited about this process. And even though you'll see me blush a little bit because it's just so new, I'm very excited about it. So have a wonderful day. And I'll talk to you here soon. I love you. Bye.